Hi Stampers, thanks so much for stopping by today. We're going to make one of these Thanksgiving favor cones that you can put lots of little goodies in here, and you can lay that at each place setting for Thanksgiving. And this particular cone is very, very quick and easy. You can make a ton of them in just a few minutes. The first thing that you want to do in order to make this, and the quickest way to get started, is to take one of your pieces of paper from the Festival of Prints Designer Series paper stock. It's just full of just gorgeous prints that you can use anytime during the holiday season. What I'm going to do for this is to take one of these crumb cake colored pieces. It's crumb cake on one side, crumb cake and vanilla, and then it's like Island Indigo and espresso, early espresso striped on the other. Next, once you've done that, I'm going to have the striped side on the inside. And so what I want to do is to take my take my long piece, and I'm going to measure 3 1/4 inches, and I'm just going to mark that a little bit with my scoring tool, because that is going to help me shape the cone. And then from that spot that I've marked there down to the end of this paper, I'm going to put some sticky strip, and that's going to help seal it. And then I'm also going to put some sticky strip down this way, stopping about 1 inch from the end, just like that. Then I'm going to go ahead and peel the pink off with my sticky strip, and then form my cone. So I'm going to take this corner right here, curve it around to meet right where that sticky strip started, and then just continue to seal the cone. And see, this is why you stop about 1 inch from the bottom, because it's not going to form a perfect cone. But whatever you put in there, you want to put it in a little baggie, like a little baggie of goodies, and that way it won't fall out the bottom. It's tiny anyway, so even if you filled it with some pixie sticks or pretzel sticks, something like that, it wouldn't fall all the way through. How quick and easy is that? The next thing you want to do is to take your tool, and I'm going to use the crumb cake tool, and I'm going to use about 11 inches. Let me measure off 11 inches here first. And I am going to place this right now on my grid paper, fold it over so that it's folded over about not quite half, maybe 1/3. And then I'm going to just flip that over and place adhesive strip along the bottom of this folded over tool. Then I'm going to lay this right in the center and just loosely place it around my cone. Just loosely, because if it's too tight, it will look like it's bending over on the top, so you don't want that. Okay, there we go. And see, by folding this over about 1/3 of the way, you have the double look here. And so part of this you could pull back if you want to give it a little more dimension, sort of like a veil, and leave the other part up, or you could put it all up. It just gives you a lot that you can do with it. And that just adds so much, just doing that much right there. Now, in order to make my tag for the front, we're going to use one of my favorite Thanksgiving sets, Day of Gratitude, the Sentiment from that. That's going to be inked up in early espresso and then stamped on very vanilla cardstock. Then I'm going to take some crumb cake ink and then a leaf from one of our new fall sets, Wonderfall, this leaf right here, and I'm going to stamp that in crumb cake and then stamp off and then onto my sentiment, and I'm going to be doing this around the word. If you want, you could punch this out right after you have stamped the sentiment, and that will give you more of a guide whenever you put the crumb cake leaf on it. Again, the crumb cake leaf just adds a little bit, tiny bit of dimension to it. And then before I close all of my ink, I'm going to go ahead and take my early espresso and a sponge and just sponge around that. And that again gives a little more dimension, makes it look like it's matted. And then glue that onto an early espresso tag that we have punched out. And again, I'm using the decorative label punch, which if you all have looked at the 09 extravaganza, you'll see that that is on sale this week. Now what I'm going to do next is just put adhesive on the top part, the top half of my tag, and then layer it like that on my early espresso. And then I'm going to take one of these brushed bronze buttons and then some of the linen thread. Okay, I'm going to snip that off a little bit. And then this is going to go on with two glue dots, one near the top of the button, one near the bottom, and then I'm going to place that right above my gratitude word. And then I'm going to place 3 glue dots on the back, right down the center of my tag. And that will be placed on the very front of my cone. And ta-da! It's ready to fill and add a beautiful decoration to your Thanksgiving table. Thanks so much for stopping by today. See you next time.